What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the Bruto in the room. As you can see here, I am a Blizzard supporter, apparently, on my shiny new gilded Bruto. This mount is too good to pass up for someone like me. So I'm sure many of you have seen this mount. It has a mailbox and the auction house, and it's in the Battle.net shop for like 68 euros. So it's disgustingly expensive in real money, but in tokens it's about 2 million, or it was when I paid. Actually a little bit less now, probably, because it's 6 tokens. So just about 2 million on EU, 2 million gold on EU, which means that it's cheaper than the Brutosaur, the old Longboy. This one was 5 mil. This one has a mailbox and it's 2 million. So for anyone who's into gold making, I feel like this is a complete no-brainer because it's so good. Like, having the mailbox and the auctionator or auctioneer means that, well, if you're doing concentration, you can just buy your stuff, pick it up and craft, and then mount back up and sell your stuff, and then log on to the next alt instead of having to mount onto your flying mount and flying over to the mailbox here or somewhere else. It's stupidly good. So yeah, I bought it right away for tokens. Well, not right away because there weren't any tokens available, but like yesterday, I forked over for the tokens. Now, I don't like that this mount exists, but I don't hate it enough that obviously I don't hate it enough that I didn't buy it because I just think it's so good for anyone who's into the economic side of the game. But I don't like that you literally can't get this anywhere else except the cash shop. Like, oh yeah, you can get the Brutosaur on the black market auction house if it shows up and you have gold cap and you're the first one to bid. You can't really get the auctioneer mount, and then this one has a mailbox as well, which literally has never existed before in the history of the game. So I would just, yeah, this should be attainable through regular gameplay as well. Then I wouldn't mind you can have a cooler version in the shop or whatever, or a different skin or something. But yeah, I mean, it's still too good to pass up. So who am I to judge? Now, obviously, what happened with this mount was that every other gold maker in the entire game. And what is that conclusion? Well, that conclusion is that 2 million or whatever it was on US, even less, 1.2 million is just too cheap to pass up. Like, you just can't do it. You have to buy. If you have loads of gold like I have, not quite 100 million because I mean that challenge is on hold, but I have like 85 or 87 I had before. So it's a no-brainer. It's really cheap for a prestige mount that has a unique set of utility that's really good for making gold. So everyone bought tokens and it spiked up. It's been sort of sustaining at a slightly higher level than usual, but I suspect that it'll normalize to the same level eventually. You can see that most people will be happy paying like the slightly higher price, and then there'll just be slightly less purchases of tokens again, but we'll see. Now, obviously, this mount exists for a reason, and that reason is because whales are too... You might be asking, why the hell are we looking at a Wikipedia article? Well, it's because of the Pareto principle, which applies to a lot of different areas in life. You might have heard it as the 80-20 rule. I've talked about it before. I focus my gold ranking around this idea. But essentially 20% of the population is 80% of something. And in the era of microtransactions in gaming, games with loads of revenue from microtransactions, probably 60, 70, 80% of your revenue come from like the 20% of people who spend the most money in your cash shop. So finding more ways of selling and marketing items specifically to those 20%, 10% that are really, really willing, just absolutely love your game and want to spend tons of money on it is very, very profitable. And that's sort of where most microtransaction businesses are going. They're targeting more and more of the whales. That's also why mobile games are so profitable, because they are just absolutely ruthlessly target the whales. And that's why we now have a $78 or $68 euro mount, or $90 mount, which is like stupid amounts for a mount. Now this trend is not just Blizzard doing this. They're just not that long ago, Riot made a $250 skin for League of Legends, I believe. I expect we'll see more like very, very expensive cash swap items. They definitely want, this is sort of like testing the waters. I would not be surprised if we see something even more expensive in a year or two. They're gonna let this die down, and then some revenue analyst is gonna be like, yeah, we wanna. They're gonna have a whole presentation for someone in the revenue team of Blizzard and be like, yeah, we think that there's a really good value at selling a mount or whatever at the price point of $150, and they're gonna do it. So just be prepared. You might see something even worse from your perspective in the future. This is the name of the game in any game that has a large amount of their revenue from microtransactions, is finding more ways to sell stuff to the really, really, really addicted, really, really huge fans. Hopefully the next time it's something that's good for gold making. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully it's something that I don't feel compelled to buy, because then I can save my gold. But this utility is just too valuable and too unique to pass up. For me personally, I don't think I would ever consider buying it for real money. But since I have the gold lying around, it was not even much of a consideration. So that's it. That's my take on the gilded Brutosaur. Feel free to eviscerate me in the comments and call me a hypocrite if you want, or if you want to get the Bruto yourself. Honestly, there's doing it with gold is probably within reach for many of you. So good luck.